I love the fact that he's still playing the Terminator after being the governor of California. I still find that, I don't know why I find that so funny that he took a little break to go be the governor of California and now he's the Terminator.
I wish he could be president, dude.
Yeah.
Russia, stop it now, or we'll send in the choppers.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for bald guys and bad movies.
Welcome to Bald Guys and Bad Movies, episode 44. I am Troy here with my buddy
Mike Stella.
Hey, Stella!
Mike Stella. Hey, you never commented on the Hey Stella.
I loved it.
The
I loved
Brando.
it. It was good.
All right,
it was
man.
really good. I think that we should keep that one.
I'm boosting. It is. It's going to be in there unless you could find another soundbite for someone saying Stella. That's a challenge for you.
Yeah. No, Back to the Future.
Where did they say Stella?
When George McFly falls out of the tree and he gets hit by the car.
Oh, you're right.
Stella! Another one of these damn kids jumped in front of my car!
Stella! Another one of these damn kids.
Who do you think told him to yell that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, what the hell should we have him yell? My dad's like, have him yell Stella. They're like, yeah, we'll have him yell Stella.
You're fucking...
Yeah, no, it's true.
I just... You won't believe what just happened.
What?
You won't believe...
You didn't record.
No, I'm recording. And I just duplicated a timeline. And as you were blowing my mind, the explosion sound effect went off.
No way.
Yeah, I left it. What it didn't record, but that was amazing.
That's funny.
Literally, I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Then boom. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Holy shit! How come you never told me that little nugget?
I could have sworn I told you that before.
Is that true? That is true.
Yes. Yeah. Why would I make that up?
So it wasn't in the script, and they were like, "Oh shit, we need her to yell a name."
Yeah, we need him to yell a name or yell something, and my dad was like, "Have him yell Stella."
Holy shit! Soon we must have Ray. You think he even remembers that? He probably.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those are the glory days, man.
Oh, I don't know. It's like
if he ever goes senile, he's gonna be sitting in his room telling all these stories. That's all he's gonna remember are the stories from the glory days. He won't remember me. He won't remember the wife. He won't remember my sister. He'll remember Noah, and he'll remember the glory days.
All right, Stella. In honor of Stella, it's Stella Day. It's actually Valentine's Day, and it's a Valentine's Day gift to you. We're going to review one of your favorite movies of all time.
I didn't say it was my favorite movie of all time.
Your favorite Terminator movie of all time.
I never said that.
What is it to you? Why are we reviewing this movie?
I told you I liked it, and I thought it did a great job of telling a story that was very complex and convoluted, but never like got lost within itself. And felt to me like a great springboard to make a new overarching story.
And I give you Terminator Genisys.
Come with me if you want to live. Now, soldier!
This is all wrong. John sent me here to save you.
From the Terminator that was sent back to kill me, I know, but we already took care of him.
I've been waiting for you.
Where does this fall
I
in
believe
Terminator?
It is 5.
5.
Yeah, because
3. What was 4 then? Okay, there's Terminator.
Salvation. I think Terminator 4 was
with Christian
Salvation.
Bale. Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one that much.
And it had your favorite actor, Sam Worthington.
Jesus Christ.
Troy hates Sam Worthington.
A slight upgrade with
I don't know.
Face?
Jai Courtney is definitely not an upgrade from Sam Worthington, bro.
I don't know. I mean,
no way.
They both can kick rocks, in my opinion.
Jai Courtney is horrible. Like, he is the one thing that I absolutely hate about this movie. But it has your boy in it, Matt.
He's amazing. Matt Smith.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit.
He was deep in Doctor Who when 2015, so he was still the Doctor at that point.
Well, and that was the whole thing. Like, I thought it was sad that we didn't get to see another movie because you knew he was going to be a huge part of the next story.
So let me summarize real quick. Then we could do our recommends, and then we can get into it. Terminator Genisys is a 2015 American science fiction action film directed by Alan Taylor, produced by Skydance Productions, and distributed by Paramount Pictures. The film is a reboot of the Terminator franchise, taking the premise of the original film in another direction and ignoring the events depicted in sequels and the TV series. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, who reprises his role as the Terminator, along with Jason Clarke, Emilia Clarke, Jai Courtney, J.K. Simmons, Matt Smith, Courtney B. Vance, and other people. It follows Kyle Reese, a soldier in a post-apocalyptic war against Skynet, who is sent from 2029 to 1984 to prevent Sarah Connor's death. When Kyle arrives in the past, he discovers that the timeline has been altered by Skynet, and that Sarah has been raised by a reprogrammed Terminator sent to protect her. The end. I think that sums it up.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary.
Okay. Obviously, Mike would recommend this.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I mean, look, I never said this was my favorite. I thought it got shit on way more than it deserved. If anyone says any other Terminator besides Terminator 2 is their favorite, you can automatically disregard them as a complete moron.
Yeah.
That's my stance on
Does
that.
1 come after 2 for you?
Sure, yeah. I mean, only because it's the original. Like, I thought 1 was kind of boring. In fact, I remember rewatching 1 and being like, wow, this is quick. Like, it's very short and very little happens.
Did you hear the rumor that O.J. Simpson was supposed to play the Terminator?
Yeah.
And I think James Cameron debunked that.
Oh, really?
I read. Yeah, he said that never fucking happened. It's unfortunate because that would have been cool. In an alternate universe, can you imagine going and seeing O.J. Simpson as a Terminator?
That would have been insane, dude.
A bulletproof black man? Amazing.
What are the bulletproof black man? Amazing. What would the what are the headlines when he kills his wife?
He terminated her. He won't be back.
The real Terminator.
Walking the streets. And then he was released.
Well,
and then
didn't
he's
he
back.
Didn't he like kind of like halfway admit to fucking killing her?
Yeah,
like,
he wrote a book. If I did it.
Right. Is that the name of the book?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Holy fuck.
Anyway, not laughing at those murders, but you know.
But Jesus.
Laughing at the folly of life. Back to Terminator though.
What about you? I'm actually extremely interested to hear your take on it, Troy.
I fucking hate this piece of shit. No, I'm joking. I saw this once when it came out 2015. I may have even seen it in a drive-in.
Oh.
So, seeing a big blockbuster in the drive-in, you're lessening the impact several notches. The problems I had with it then, I still have with it.
Sure.
Do I recommend it? Okay. You know what? It's fun. It's a fun, like the action pieces are great.
Yeah.
Arnold is great. I even like the attempt to do something different and big and crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I just fucking hate the 2 lead actors.
Yeah.
In this role. And Jai Courtney, I don't give a shit about. He was good as Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad, but whatever. Emilia Clarke, I know you said you don't think she's a good actress. I believe you said that.
Yeah, I don't really think she's a good actress.
I think she's a fine actress. She's just horribly miscast in this. I didn't buy for a second she was a born-again hard-ass.
Right.
Not 1 second. And it's a tall order following in Linda Hamilton's footsteps.
Yeah.
So you can't cast a 5'2", soft, cuddly chipmunk cheat to be the new Sarah Connor. You know who would have been a better Sarah Connor is
who?
the Dark Fate one where Linda Hamilton came back.
Oh, the blonde chick?
And the blonde? The blonde. She was tougher than Emilia Clarke in that movie. And plus, I did watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I never watched those.
And Lena Headey, who played Cersei in Game of Thrones.
She was good, right? She was really good.
She was fucking fantastic.
Right. That's what I heard.
You can cast a good Sarah Connor.
Sure.
Like, it's not like Linda Hamilton owns that role, but...
Well, that was the problem. It was that the time, like Emilia Clarke
was the it girl at the time.
Yeah, she was the it girl, and they could get her, and she was like, fuck yeah, I want to play Sarah Connor. You know what I mean? And so, it's a shame.
There's so much love and ingenuity went to this script and in the film. I bet the filmmakers really, like the writer, director, I could be wrong, but you know, I feel like they were strong-armed into this casting.
I hope so.
Because, look, we need a hot...
But they don't need it. Like, it's the Terminator. I kind of feel like if you were to cast someone and they had a pretty good fucking script, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of felt like if you had the right casting, fuck Jai Courtney. And, like, look, Emilia Clarke sucks, but... she's not anywhere near as bad as Jai Courtney, in my opinion. He is such a bad actor.
He's an underwear model. He is so cut and chiseled. No, I'm just saying.
I would not be surprised if he was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The Michael Biehn, who played the original Kyle Reese,
was
fantastic
actor,
scrappy, scrawny, everyday man up against this hulking fucking robot.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, you're in a fucking war. Yeah, you'd be fit, but you wouldn't have fucking abs. And you know what I mean? Like, he looked like a Terminator.
Yeah.
And it still bothered me. And it's because you're replicating, I personally like the first Terminator, but I definitely like performances better. You know, you gotta admit, like, Michael Biehn fucking killed it as Kyle Reese.
Well, look, it's not that. I guess it's just, I don't know, Terminator 1 just has, like, you can tell that it's a low-budget sci-fi film from the 80s.
Yeah, it is.
And it is. And it is that. It does what it does really well. Like, they do their effects, like, really well for what they had to work with at the time. You know what I mean? I didn't think Linda Hamilton was that good in the first one. I thought she was great in the second one, but I didn't think she was that good in the first one. I mean, Michael Biehn's fucking amazing in everything. You know,
well, in the first one, she wasn't required to do much, but...
yeah. Be a damsel in distress.
And be a damsel. And I'm 8 years older than you.
Yeah.
So it also could be a time. I'm not saying you're not wrong.
No,
I'm just saying
I
saw that film at the right time. Was like, that was 84. I was 9 or 10.
And I didn't see that till I was way older. Like, I might have seen Terminator 2 first.
Yeah. Terminator 2 is a superior film.
Yeah.
Like, it takes everything that was good in one and just raises it up at least 12 notches, right? So I can't argue there.
And that's why I do think it's a good film, and that's why it's definitely my second favorite.
Because it was so low budget, it's the screen presence of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
And I have to say, like, I was fine with Linda Hamilton, but honestly, the hero was Michael Biehn. Between those two guys, they fucking carried that movie.
Yeah.
So you go from Michael Biehn.
That Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
To this fucking guy.
After that, of course, I followed him around like a stray dog. And he taught me how to fight, how to shoot. Tried to show me how to make moonshine once, but that didn't exactly work out. The still exploded and we burned our eyebrows right off. Oh man, we laughed for days.
And then, like, some of the dialogue was almost sitcom-y.
Yeah.
Like the banter, the grit, and the feeling of, like, in the first Terminator, there's this feeling of desperation.
Yeah, and also in the second Terminator, like, the comedic moments were naturally baked in.
Right.
And weren't these sort of comedic stops.
They didn't feel like written lines. Oh, this is a joke moment.
Yeah,
now.
Here's a joke.
They happen organically within a story.
Like the whole hasta la vista thing. Like, that was funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it was done in a way that wasn't cheesy.
Right.
That's one thing, is that number 3 is really bad for that reason. Like, that's one of the problems with number 3. It's so ridiculous.
Whoa, bitch! Wait your turn!
You're close.
Talk to the hand.
now.
You know what I mean? And tries to be so funny. And that's another one that probably suffered from casting it people at the time. They need to stop that's why Dark Fate did so well. They cast two unknowns as the main characters and then brought back Linda Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Did Dark Fate do well? Like box office wise, it did well?
I don't know, but I don't know if it did well. What I'm saying, well, it didn't do well, and I'll tell you why it didn't do well. Their marketing was shit.
How so?
Because I might have seen a couple of billboards, and then I was like, I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, it's been out for a month. It was just really poorly marketed. When Genisys came out, that shit was everywhere. They spent a lot of money on marketing for Genisys, and they just poorly marketed Dark Fate. It was such a shame.
Dark Fate had a budget of 185 to 196 million. It grossed 161 million.
Yeah.
So that's a failure.
That's bad. But that might have been a financial failure, but it's easily the third best Terminator film.
Sarah Connor.
Stop! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Fuck are you doing? Let me have it? No, Sarah, you need to calm down. That thing killed John!
I really like Dark Fate a lot.
It's really good.
And people pissed on it because, oh, a migrant. And, oh, you know, social justice and all this and that. Like, shut the fuck up. Can you just watch the fucking movie?
It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that it was, like, look, if the world is attacked by fucking robots, right? Borders are going to mean absolutely nothing. The robots are going to try and kill everyone. It doesn't fucking matter who, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I thought it was really good.
People see agendas in their soup nowadays, so
yeah,
whatever.
I think when someone makes a complaint like that, it really tells you more about the person who's making the complaint than it does about the actual show or movie or book or whatever.
It's the reverse for me. It makes me want to see the movie now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not see it because I wonder what all the fuss is about. See it in spite of you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Genisys, as I was saying, the two weakest points
are the two main actors.
Was the two main actors. And Emilia Clarke, I like as an actress. And she is so gorgeous. Ooh, she's so cute. But Sarah Connor should not be so gorgeous and so cute. She could be purty, but I should not want to like pinch her cheeks. Both pair cheeks.
Oh, shit.
I kept watching it thinking, this is a good movie with the wrong two fucking people cast in it. It's such a shame, dude. Because I'm like you, I would like to see this continue. Arnold with because at the end, he gets like upgraded.
Yeah,
with like the
he turns
liquid
into
metal.
a T-1000, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking, dude. And I remember when I first saw it, like, and he falls in that pit. I looked at Dre. I was like, oh, he's coming back as a T-1000.
Alan Taylor directed Game of Thrones, Mad Men, Sopranos, Sex and the City. He did Thor: The Dark World.
Oof. Definitely the best movie this guy's ever made, Terminator Genisys.
What would you say about the directing in this? Fine.
I mean,
wasn't anything like earth-shattering amazing.
I like, what's his name? Jared Padalecki, the actor. Is that his name? The guy who played John Connor?
Jason Clarke.
I really like him. As far as the directing, I mean, it's hard to really speak to that when you have actors who are so subpar. I would say it was probably fine because everyone else was fine. They were just not great, and I don't know if that has to do. It's hard to. I think it was mediocre. I don't think he ruined it. I just don't think he added anything to it. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of, great segue. If we cast the right actors, then they could push back on a script.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think our characters would do this.
Exactly.
Or perform those lines in a way that didn't make it seem so. Insert audience laugh here.
Right.
Sitcom. Seinfeld. The concept was great.
Right.
The film starts with a bang, and it really doesn't let up.
It doesn't.
Fucking action-packed.
It is balls to the wall, action-packed, and really does. And look, dude, how awesome is it? They introduce tons of stuff. You see the time machine. You see a change that happens you see the end of the fucking robot war. You see the opening to the first Terminator movie.
Recreated with great detail.
Great detail, great CG.
Even like the dump truck guy, and I remember, looks like the guy that was in the dump truck. And the alley guy kind of looks like the alley guy. When this Kyle Reese is like in the store putting on his shoes, he like, same Nikes, and he puts it up against his foot. I know the first Terminator so well.
Yeah.
So that when all these moments happen, I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's a nice callback.
They did a great job, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, so this is going to be Terminator. This is going to be like really like Terminator 1. Okay, how are they going to change it? And then the fucking T-1000 shows up. You're like, what? T-1000? So it's Terminator 2 as well? Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude. And then like the T-1000's doing a bunch of dope shit. Like, you know, putting his stuff on him so he can like track him, and then he like comes out of the window all cool, and like they get to their little lair and they break into the lair. They set up a trap where there's all this fucking acid on top because they knew the fucking T-1000 was coming. Like, dude, there's so many cool little points. You know, like they built a time machine, and because they knew that they were going to have to go to the future to actually stop Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And then he has the information. He knows that they got to go to like everything. Just it was a really well constructed story, and it could have so easily just gone off the rails and been full of fucking plot holes. But it was good. And I love the fact that like when they get to the future, John Connor's been there for a long fucking time, and he's been working with fucking Cyberdyne systems to like create Skynet, to create the time machine, and like it's like to create the T-1000, the polymimetic alloys, and it like, dude, everything was just so firing on all 18 cylinders.
I love time travel movies.
Yeah.
And when they're done right. And this one, it was fun, popcorn fun. But it was also cerebral enough that,
yeah,
you mentioned earlier, Kyle Reese, when he was in the time machine about to go back for the first time to 84, he sees John Connor attacked by what would be Skynet,
which fucking changes everything.
But while he's in there, he's getting new memories.
Yeah.
Because the timelines are being altered. So he has memories of his old life and his new life.
Yeah.
Which, in the hands of a better actor, would have been fucking dope.
Hell yeah.
That's like a torment thing, right? Your mind tearing, or, you know, it feel and you don't know what's real or not. That could have led to some really good moments.
Hell yeah.
Of him wrestling with that.
But Jai Courtney, it makes me so sad that they cast him. Like normally, if he's in a movie,
I think it's Jai.
Jai, whatever. What a fucking
jive ass motherfucker.
A jive ass motherfucker.
J.K. Simmons was in this movie. I totally forgot.
Before he like blew up.
I want to help you. I do. I think. But I gotta understand. I know what's going on here has to be really, really complicated.
We're here to stop the end of the world.
I can work with that.
You know, it's before he does all, you know, what's the commercials he does?
Right, yeah.
We are farmers.
Yeah.
See, this is below farmers caliber. And the other unfortunate thing, there's a lot of loose ends. We don't know who sent Pops back, which is the original.
That is one, and that's why it makes me so sad that this didn't do well enough to continue the story. Because I was invested, dude. I was like, dude, I want to know what happens. Like, I want Matt Smith. I want the Matt Smith Skynet to I want to see what happens with that shit. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, dude. If they wanted to, and they won't, they could still bring this in, and with Dark Fate, because you got time travel. How dope would it be? Look, Emilia Clarke, you could bring her back, but what if Linda Hamilton in the movie with Emilia Clarke, the older Sarah Connor,
Sarah Connors,
two Terminators, versions, right?
Right.
Like it's like a time war now. Elements from all the movies rolled into one.
Dude, all I gotta say is you do that, you gotta, that shit needs to be really well thought out. I don't know if they could do it, bro.
I don't know if they would do it. They could do it, though.
I don't know if they could do it properly and not have it be like a complete fucking mess. You know what I mean? That could become the bad version of what this movie could have become if they didn't put it together so well and really think it out the way they did.
I would just love to see the direction this movie was going, a really good kick-ass series of films around time wars. Marvel kind of, set it up with the multiverse.
Right.
So what's your favorite part of Genisys? You have a favorite? What's your favorite action sequence?
I will say the action sequence in the helicopters is pretty fucking dope. Is pretty well constructed. Like The way it like falls off the side of the building and then corrects like right before it hits the ground. That was pretty good. And then he uses himself as like the Schwarzenegger missile. Like that's pretty good. He jumps out of the helicopter and he uses himself as a missile to destroy the other helicopter. But I think my favorite part is probably the opening. Everything from 1984 to when they travel to 2017 or whatever it is. All of that is so good, and like it really does a great job of constructing the world that we're in. I think that part's awesome. What about you?
I would say, again, it's a testament to film. They're all good sequences. Like there wasn't a bad fight.
The fight scene in the hospital was pretty good when he like throws him against the fucking MRI machine.
This is what I'm saying. There was a lot of like robot throwing through the walls, and Arnold took the John Connor bot and was like steam trucking him through like a whole bunch of fucking railings. But if I had to pick one sequence, I think I like the bridge sequence.
The bridge sequence is pretty good.
I thought that was really
That's
good.
pretty dope. He's like underneath and like pulls out the axle and then causes the whole damn thing to flip end over end.
He pulls Arnold through the floor and he tumbles and lands in the cop's windshield. And what's his line?
Nice to see you. Get out.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Get out.
Get out. But that was a pretty cool scene because when the bus is like falling over the side and John Connor like comes into it and he's like attached himself to the fucking bus and he's like walking straight up the like side of the bus. Like that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then the magnet glove that he punches him with and like fucks him up. Like, I mean, there's so many little fun things in this movie. Like, it makes me so sad that we're not going to get any sequel to this story.
You could tell it was made by
people who love the movies.
Yeah, and it wasn't phoned in. Like, again, I'm not to beat a dead horse, but just so troubling. Why did they cast those two people? To get everything so right.
And then to get that so wrong.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, she was the it girl, and that greenlit the movie. That pushed it over the top.
If you can get a huge actress to play Sarah Connor, we'll make this movie.
That young people like, right? Yeah. It's got to be someone that young people can identify with. Not necessarily casting someone who's, maybe a bit older, a bit more grizzled. Cast a baby face. So
no, well, even they don't even need to do a bit more grizzled, a bit more older. Just not so baby face, like not so young and kind of like nubile. You know what I mean?
Just a different type of actress who brings gravitas to the performance.
Yeah, gravitas. That's what she needs. Like when she says, "Move, soldier," you really gotta be like, "Oh, you better fucking move." You know what I mean? Not like, "Oh, isn't that cute?"
Yo, look at her eyebrows turn upward. She's got Colin Farrell eyebrows. Oh, you're so adorable.
Exactly. Dude.
I just want to throw my fingers at you as I cut them off.
Who would have been a good actress for that? Who do you think?
Man, I was playing that game.
2015.
I was thinking that for both those roles. I was like, who would I have cast?
Because you need someone, because that's the whole thing. They still need to be young, though. You need someone young who can pull that shit off.
Well, in terms of performance, an unknown could probably pull it off. But that wouldn't get the movie greenlit. If you had Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese cast with some unknowns, then Jason Clarke you might have to replace with someone bigger. Like who would be? And Michael Biehn wasn't like
who would be Kyle Reese?
Yeah, I mean he wasn't.
Fucking Bucky Barnes. That guy would probably make a pretty good Kyle Reese.
There you go, baby. I see that right away.
Right away. That could be Kyle Reese.
He could have been fucking Kyle Reese.
Absolutely, he could have been.
He's fit, but he's not some hulking underwear model. Seems like a real dude, and he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor. That's the big thing, is he's a good actor.
I would have cast the Dark Fate girl. I think she's a solid actress, dude.
She is.
And she played a badass in that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's a Sarah Connor. What she did in that movie, that's badass. And I could see that being a trained up, young Sarah Connor.
She was dope. I really liked her. I mean, she was really good in Dark Fate.
So you're here to protect her. What are you? Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human.
Just enhanced. You know, increased speed and strength, thorium microreactor, which means I can rip your throat out if you piss me off, so don't.
So what's your least favorite part of Genisys? Did you have a least favorite other than the two leads?
There was like a couple like I think we talked about like some really stupid comedy bits in it, and those were the things I liked the least. I'll tell you the truth, the movie, like, without the fact that it's such a great Terminator movie, it's a bad movie. You know what I mean? Like, this is only a good movie because it's a great Terminator movie concept and executed super well, right? And really well written and thought out and really well plotted out. The movie itself
and the writing,
yeah,
because
the dialogue,
is minimum, just enough to get you to the next action set piece, and there's constant flow of that. But you totally hit it. You're dead on. Like, the concept is so airtight and the action scenes are so good. Everything else in between, the gooey center, is kind of bad.
I'd have to agree. Is there a part that you liked the least or that you absolutely hated?
Other than the performances or the miscasting of...
Right.
Same as you, man. Like, the humor felt forced. It felt like it belonged in a different type of movie. They were really trying to make this like almost like a romantic action comedy, somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel organic.
Look, I can get it myself.
Me unlocking your cuffs doesn't mean you're not capable.
I didn't say it did. And don't think me holding on to you naked meant anything, because it, did not.
I didn't say it did.
The opening, we've come a long way with deep fakes. It still held up pretty well.
Yeah. It was pretty freaking good, I thought.
There was like couple shots where it's like, ooh, I could tell that hairline is, there's something really wonky there. But there's not a whole lot. That's the thing. Like, it impressed me more than it let me down.
And that's why I'm saying it got so much shit. And I fucking find it so stupid that people shit on it as much as they did. I feel like anytime a Terminator movie comes out, it has to hold up to fucking Terminator 2 standards.
It's that, but I think this time around, if you got the balls to recast Sarah Connor, and also Kyle Reese, that's my favorite part of this movie, that they had the wherewithal to bring Kyle Reese back and make him a bigger part of it, right?
Kyle Reese was a big part of number 4 as well, the Christian Bale one. Like, the whole time, like, Sam Worthington's character is being helped out by Kyle Reese.
Bale plays, it's been a long time.
John Connor.
You got any fucking idea about, hey, it's fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle of the fucking scene?
I was looking at the light.
Oh, good for you. And how was it? I want to fucking kick your fucking ass. You don't shut up for a second, all right?
And Reese, who plays Reese?
The guy who played Chekhov in the Star Trek movies. Yeah, he played a young Kyle Reese, yeah.
You could tell I love that film. I barely remember fucking... What, did you like that one? Did you like it?
I liked it less than this one because it just felt like, I don't know.
I I remember not having fun with it.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It felt like, okay, let's make another Terminator movie. It didn't feel inspired. Like, this movie feels inspired. Terminator Genisys feels inspired. Someone started writing this and was like, dude, this is going to be great. Like, dude, this and this is going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could see that they were so inspired while making this.
Mike, imagine the pitch. Imagine when they pitched this.
Oof.
I mean, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
If you would have pitched me this movie and I hadn't seen a single frame, like, fucking sign me up.
Cause like, and then it's so sad that there's so many loose ends. Like, it makes me so sad. Like, how the fuck did the John Connor thing happen? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on with Skynet as like a robot, as like an AI actual avatar presence? How did fucking Pops get sent back?
For me, that's the biggest mystery.
Who sent back the T-1000 at that point? You know what I mean? Because that was the thing. He was fighting off a T-1000 back then. She says that she's like, I thought the boat was sinking, but it was liquid metal like coming into the boat. Like, how did this shit work? God damn it. They'll never fucking know, and it makes me so goddamn angry, dude.
Like, we won't know who did what, but
Right.
presumably, if they did a second one or they continue the story, our three main characters played a role. Just like she engaged with the young Kyle Reese with the finger thing, like, which he remembered.
The finger thing.
No, I would engage with her in that finger thing. Yeah, the new memory he had.
I know what you mean.
And then he goes and talks to his younger self, something he remembered. Oh, about
Yeah,
Genisys.
basically the thing
Genisys,
that he
repeat.
heard for
Yeah.
the first time when he was traveling back in time.
And then the after credits Easter egg is Skynet's not dead. I guess there's a secret underground thingy. So I don't know. It just sucks. For me, it's opening up that the war is through time.
Yeah.
So nothing's off the table. Fuck, you can even go back to, if I was a robot, okay, let's go back to when mankind first fucking crawled out of the ooze.
Multiversal travel. You know what I mean?
Let's go like Jurassic era, or, you know,
Like-
when men started to fucking climb down from trees. Can you imagine? And then future soldiers back there trying to stop them. That would be fucking awesome, dude. Riding woolly mammoths. I feel like we need to rank the Terminator movies.
Sure. Terminator 2 is absolutely the best.
So we both agree Terminator 2 is the best Terminator. Then would you put Genisys number 2?
No, definitely not. I mean,
Dark Fate?
I think Dark Fate and 1 are kind of
Neck and neck.
tied neck and neck.
For me, I would probably put 1 as 2. Then probably I would put Dark Fate.
In my opinion, there's one horrible Terminator movie. There's one Terminator movie, and the other 4 are pretty fucking good.
Well, how about this? Which is worse? Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines?
There we go.
Or Terminator Salvation?
Terminator 3 is easily the worst Terminator movie ever, in my opinion.
I would challenge that.
Really?
Because for sheer entertainment value about being awful, laughing about how awful it is, Salvation is completely lifeless.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw it and I had no reaction, no emotion.
Yeah.
So
no, I get it. Like, at least it incites an emotion.
It's a parody. It's almost like
it's a
parody of Terminator movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I could see Mystery Science Theater, like this being like a Mystery Science Theater movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, you do have a point there, but me personally, I really don't like 3.
And I can't argue with it. Like
the Terminatrix, yeah, I cannot stand the Terminatrix, dude. Like, she's pretty whack.
Was she called that in the movie? Terminatrix?
No, but I think they say that. They say that at some point. They call her the Terminatrix, like just as a joke, as like a throwaway.
Who was she? Because she didn't go on to do anything else.
Some hot tall blonde that they thought could carry the movie.
Like Arnold, some big yoked guy. Can he act? He's playing a fucking robot. Does it matter? She's blonde. Can she act? She's blonde. How did because when he was in 84, the Terminator in this movie, Terminator Genisys, he got injured. He lost some skin. Terminator skin, do they
grow back?
They grow back because it's organic. Okay.
You know what was it? It was fucking 30 years that he was just. I love that he's like, well, I'm going to take the long way, and so he just spends the next 30 years like stockpiling weapons and shit, like preparing for their arrival.
I like
that.
Look. And I know we've called out the movie for fucking forced comedy, but if you're gonna do it, I wish they would have had a moment where it's like Kyle Reese is like, "Shit, man, you been here this long? What have you been up to?" Then do like a Family Guy style flashback where you show what he's been up to. Just a minute-long montage.
That sounds horrible.
It'd be funny though. What was he up to?
Sounds like an SNL skit is what it sounds like.
Well, I mean, they're already doing like fucking, you know, rom-com comedy.
Yeah, but that would have kicked it up to the point where it was just unbelievable.
But I'm asking you, Michael Stella, what do you think he was up to? Was he just sitting in that fucking collecting the weapons?
I think he was stockpiling weapons. I mean, he did say that he worked on building. Yeah, he worked construction building the Cyberdyne building till he got laid off.
I want like a spin-off sitcom.
Jesus.
So, Mike, what would you rate Terminator Genisys?
Don't get me wrong. Terminator Genisys has its flaws. But when it really comes down to it, it is, in my opinion, I mean, a pretty goddamn good Terminator movie.
The more you know.
I'm going to give it a 3.5. I'm going to give it
Ooh.
I'm going to rate it a 3.5, which I give the average movie that I enjoy. That is what I give to something I think is better than average, but not amazing. 3.5 melting Asian T-1000s in 1984.
Why I gotta be Asian, man? Why you gotta throw that in there?
I didn't cast him.
Yeah, but it was a white guy. Would you say a melting white guy T-1000? See?
Okay, I guess I'm a big racist. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can cut that out or leave it in. I don't know. Whichever's funniest.
Yeah, I know you're gonna leave it in,
Whichever's
you motherfucker.
I will give it. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 creepy Arnold smiles out of 5.
No,
that was pretty funny. Like
you know that's completely unsettling, right?
Yeah. Oh, I did like. Are you going to mate now?
It's like, did you mate? Don't ever say the word mate to me ever again.
Look, I know they wear like socks and stuff, but how hard would it have been not to get aroused? Even Amelia Clark in a bikini, you know, maybe they digitally erased it, but still.
And to be like a young virile guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like how do you not? That's the amazing part of acting.
I mean, dude, when I was, how old is he? Probably his mid-20s. I was busting hard-ons all the time. I love blondes, man.
What do you feed that thing, Hauser? Blondes.
Hello, Hauser. Still bulging, I see. What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes.